So welcome to the circuits part of the beginner barefoot exercises video. We're gonna do 4 whole circuits of all 5 exercises. You know, little break in between. Just make sure you grab some water, maybe grab a towel if you wanna lay down that or a yoga mat. Without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. So we're gonna do balance, calf raises, jog in place, glute ham raises, and half squats with a little bit of forefoot thing. So get your stuff ready and get your beats or whatever music, get your water, get your towel. So exercise 1 is going to be balance, right? 1 foot, opposite hand to opposite foot. You're gonna swivel at the hips and you're gonna touch your toe. We're gonna do this 10 times each side. We're gonna switch and then we'll go to the next exercise. So, are you ready, kids?
Aye, Captain.
Okay, let's go. So, balance 1. Swivel down. Find that point for your eyes to focus on. It'll help with your balance quite a bit. 3. 7. See and feel, what is your muscles telling you? Are your ankles or your calves or your feet, are they wobbling to try and find their balance? I don't know. We'll switch to the opposite foot once we hit 10. Walk. Find that balance point. Breathe through your nose. Try to keep your spine and your head straight. Keep your gaze ahead if you can. We'll go into the calf raises. This one is really straightforward. All you need to do is find your hip width apart, raise up, down, raise up, down. We're gonna do this 20 times. If you're doing weight or modifying it somehow, you can, change it up to however you feel. Every time you extend, maybe try and focus on, pushing your mass up through a different part of your foot so that each muscle is being activated and challenged. Number 3, jog in place 60 seconds. Very straightforward. Just land on your forefoot, let your muscles do the impact. Let your calves kind of absorb what it needs to absorb. Easy. At this point, feel free to wiggle out your body, loosen up, get in the flow of things. Again, feel each muscle activating, changing how you land. Try landing on your outside, your inside. Get those muscles woken up. A lot of this hits the calves, ankles, foot muscles. All right, now we're going down to the floor. Put your towel up behind you. Find a spot to rest your body down. And so for this one, of course, this is the glute ham bridges. You can use 2 feet, 1 feet. Better off start with 2 feet on the ground. All right, and from here, simply just bridge upwards and come back down. And up, we're gonna do this 20 times. If you want to add a little bit more difficulty to this, if you want to add some to your feet and your calves, when you extend upwards, go onto your front toes. This is going to develop those arches, as they say, and a lot more muscles in your calves, in your glutes, in your hamstrings. If you really want up the difficulty, do it with 1 foot elevated. Otherwise, just stay on 2 feet. All right, come back up to our feet here. So this final exercise is simple, half squats. We're not going for full depth squats here. We're doing half squats with a little bit of calf raise at the end. We're We're gonna do 10 of these, and this is gonna prepare us, of course, for more exercises. So let's just go right into it. Bop. Nine, 10, perfect. Okay, we're gonna do this 4 times. Give yourself a little quick breather. Next time, we're just gonna go one right after another, no preparation in between. Set number 2, let's get on it. Let's start off with our balance again. 10 each leg. Again, opposite hand, opposite foot. Swivel at the hips, touch. Fix your gaze on the spot ahead of you. Keep your spine straight, looking straight ahead. 4, if you can, bring your hand all the way up. Challenge yourself. Controlled. 8, 9, 10. All right, switching foot. 3, 2, go. I think that's 9, and I think that's 10. Going down, we're gonna go back right into calf raises here, 20. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Distributing your weight onto different part of your feet, if you like, to really develop musculature in all areas, and that so important flexibility. Ooh. $18, $19, one more, $20. Perfect. Now we're going back down onto the ground. Grab your towel, grab your yoga mat, sit the decks. 20 raises once again, glute ham raises. Try to hit that 90-degree angle from the beginning and lift your hips up. Again, try and put a little bit of weight on your toes, lift your heels up if you feel like it. Develop that strong bridging mechanism in your feet. One foot if you feel like it. It's a really terrific hamstring exercise. Glutes, explosive power, calves, kind of does it all. Is that 20? All right, let's get back up. All right, so we're going back to jogging in place once again. Start now. Again, if you want to add a little bit more difficulty, bring your knees a little bit higher, add a little bit more mobility and motility to the movement. Maybe go a little quick if you want. Do what feels comfortable for you. No rush, no stress. Everything comes with time. Later on in the next episode, we're going to be going into high knees. So it's really imperative that we just nail this movement, make sure our biomechanics get set in place for the next part. Because after high knees comes sprinting. Two, one, going into half squats now. Ready? Just 10. If you can feel like it, you can move your depth a little bit wider, maybe develop a little bit of that flexibility in your hips. in your ankles, in your knees, and of course add that raise at the end if you really feel like it. Synchronize those arms for the jumping motion. I think we've gone past 10, that's all we should do, but yeah. All right, that's 10. A little bit more war, a little bit of break. 2 more circuits, we're halfway there. Pretty easy, right? Set number 3, here we go. Balance, starting in 3, 2, 1. Opposite foot, opposite hand. Again, swivel from the hips. Whoopa. Find your place of balance, your focal point. When you hit 10, switch sides. Perfect. Calf raises, ready? 3, 2, 1. 20 repetitions again. All right, I think that's 20. Little break. Next, jog in place. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna up the tempo a little bit higher with my feet. Getting ready for those high knees, but of course, feel free to just jog in place. Landing always on our forefoot. Cushion your body mass. Let it float downwards and upwards. No hard landing. We don't want this at all. We don't want to be like a little elephant. Bah, bah, bah. My trainer used to say, wow, you run like an elephant, because I made so much noise because I was always stomping whenever I hit the floor. True story. All right, halfway there. Again, the intensity, if you feel like it, make that arm movement together. Opposite foot, opposite hand. Like your knees and your hands are tied with strings. All right. Next, going back down to the floor. Set number 3, glute ham raises. There we go. 3, 2, 1. 20 repetitions, down and up. Controlled, smooth, and slow. Again, go onto your toes when you extend if you really want to add a layer of difficulty to it, or just stay on your heels if you're only comfortable with that for now. Last one. All right, back up. Final bit, those 10 half squats. Remember those biomechanics, those movements. Don't let your knees go over your toes. 3, 2, 1, let's start. Down, up, Try to keep your back curved, gaze going forwards. Widen your stance if you have to. People often squat way too narrow, and this causes the knees to go over. This really helps if you have a lack of ankle mobility. If you can, go deep. All right, I reckon that's 10 by now. One more set and then we're done for this part. All right, 1 set left, balance to finish it off. 20 repetitions, 10 each leg. 3, 2, 1. Opposite foot, opposite hand. Try and gaze ahead. Keep that back straight. If you can, modify. Make it harder on yourself. Ready. 1, 2. Controlled, methodical. Keep your gaze focused on one point. It helps tremendously. Two more. 9, 10. All right, going into calf raises. 20 more calf raises. 3, 2, 1. If you feel it's easy at this point, next time you do this routine, add some weights into your hands. You know, grab some dumbbells, grab a bag of potatoes, sacks of rice, gallon jugs of milk or water, anything. You don't even need that much mass to make it a lot harder. A few kilos or pounds is all you need. Try and focus of distributing your weight on different parts of your foot. 3, 2, 1. All right, jog in place, 60 seconds. Shake it out a little bit if you got that lactic acid building up, that burn, and start. 60 seconds. Again, wiggle out your body. Add a little dynamic movement at this point. If you want, do a little bit high knees. It's beautiful out here, isn't it? Now, if you're doing this at home, after a while, up the difficulty, go onto uneven terrain, tough rocks, something to condition the feet. Dust off an area to give your feet a little bit of breathing room. It takes a while to develop that toughness, a couple weeks, maybe a month. Depends how you are. All right, 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, give it a little burn. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, we're gonna go hit the floor again. Bam. Final time we're hitting the floor for now. 3, 2, 1, 20 repetitions, raise up. 2. Halfway there. Always remember, breathe through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Very important. Good oxygen exchange. 2 more. 1 and 2. All right, get back up. We have our final test. It's the squats. Achieve as much depth as is comfortable. Remember, knees not going over our toes, because when you're adding weight, you're putting a lot of stress onto your knee joints and ligaments, and you don't want that. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Now, when it comes to squats, I actually prefer a little wider than hip width apart. This is because I can achieve much better depth and really get that motion good. If you want, add that extension there. Or if you feel like it, just go for half squats. Don't go too far. Just feel how your body feels. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good job, everybody. Make sure to check out the next part, the intermediate exercises. I recommend doing these beginner exercises about 5 to 10 times before moving on to the next stage, depending on your level of fitness and health and whatever. If you're already a very experienced runner, feel free to go with the intermediate exercises. Those are definitely going to improve the difficulty quite substantially. We're going to get into technique, fast feet, agility, all that fun stuff. So thank you. Make sure like, comment, subscribe, all that stupid shit, all that stupid stuff, and see you next time. Peace.